Hi, Anna.
Hi, Anita. I can't see you.
How's that?
Oh,
You have my photos behind you. How awesome.
I do. I do. I'm just wondering what's.
How you doing? How is work?
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Jess and Fraser in and out. Anita, official hello.
Hi, good to see you. It's been too long.
It has been a long time, and yes, I have. I've got your gorgeous photos behind me. It's been I don't know, maybe I don't know, almost a year. Lockdown time, twilight
I know.
zone of lock time, lifetime of lockdown. Hopefully not.
Yes, I know. Too long.
Yeah, yeah. Are you still in it?
I am, well, right now I have what is it? RSV. It's not corona, but it is a virus. And I did get my one shot. So that's it's some bronchial thing. And my
Oh,
Jerry's on the couch, so that's why I sound a little bit tweaky today.
oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you only just found out?
Yeah, well, I babysit for two little ones a couple of nights a week, and they have the coronavirus. So
Oh, I
I said,
see.
let me get tested. So, looking.
Oh, okay. Well, take care. I hope that doesn't last very long, and yeah, and that
Me
you
too.
after yourself. Yeah. So is it only just come in?
Yeah, maybe about a week or so, but I'm doing okay.
All
No,
right.
a nice
Oh,
bright shirt to chew you up. See?
yeah, looks gorgeous. And is this repurposed? Yeah, and I've got your beautiful crafts behind me. I thought after doing the interview with Ozzy, I thought this is a good idea. It's better than the boring white wall I've got behind me. So I thought I'm going to have people's works behind me. So I'm going to move out of the way. And it's a nice way to start the interview because you can say
Oh, thank
a little
you.
bit about what this particular is. I'm still here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what's this? I didn't check the positioning of it, but you can see these two. Sorry that that's how it came up. So
No,
what's here?
those are actually just, I had seen something on, it was on sale, and I said, I can make that. And it was just twine wrapped around 2x4s. And I said, that's ridiculous. I can, and it was, they wanted like some absurd price. So I bought a 2x4, and I'm sorry, 4x4. Had Jerry cut it down in 3 different sizes, 3 different levels, and put the round centers in there, pop a little votive in it, which I have now. And those candles are in a different area. And I popped the votives in the top, voila, and I added my little jingles, my little beadies.
Oh, right in the middle. These little things
Yeah.
here. And then what are the is this wood?
Yeah, it's an actual just a 4x4 that I spray painted chalk paint. So it was just so easy. It wasn't like a glossy white, it was chalk white, and that was it. Took twine, tied it, string my
Beautiful.
beads, and that was
Yeah,
it.
look, they're so pretty. And then are they all 3 different candles? Sorry that I've cut the top bits off in this. I thought because I put the photo in last minute and I thought it's gonna happen, I'm gonna have it, so I didn't have to. But this one's showing, they all look like this. So are these candles are they in some kind of tin?
Yes, there's 3 of them in the same ones. They're called water lily, and I painted the blue to match with the room with actually 80s nail polish, like glitter nail polish, and I put beads in the center. And the reason why I put the lilies, they were on clearance, A, and B, my mom's name was Lily. So I said, yeah, it was just meant to be. They matched.
And that's something really personal, isn't it? That I guess if you're, because you posted in the group quite a few different photographs, and I guess that's the whole one thing that's so lovely about doing it all yourself, and that you can really put your stamp on, and these little personal touches. Like you said, your mum's name was Lily, and there's
Lily,
probably
yeah.
lots of different connections, I imagine, with quite a few of the different things that you make. Is that quite common, that there might be something like a little well, it's a personal touch anyway
Oh,
because you're
definitely.
making them all, but presumably, yeah, there's lots of scope for different things like that when you're making them.
Yeah, definitely. I always have something in mind when I, you know, when I'm starting out a project, or something will come to mind and I'll say, oh, I've got to run with it,
And
So
can you say more about the repurposing? So will you
I
just happen
love
upon?
repurposing.
So what's the passion with that? I mean, it sounds gorgeous. It's such a lovely, there's something so, well, literally transformative, isn't there, in repurposing? So what's the passion
Yeah.
behind specifically? Love it.
There's a history. There's like a whole unknown story, and like a almost like a mystery behind the piece, Right now my iPad is sitting on a trunk that I had gotten at a thrift shop. And it's huge. I could fit in it. It's I think it cost me like $50, but if you go on Amazon to buy 3 tiny little ones, it would cost you a couple $100. And so I purchased this one, and I used leather polish on it, and I just gave it like the sweet old touch. And I put cedar inside, cedar little blocks to freshen it up, make sure there's no mold or anything like that. But this trunk has traveled around the world, so it has a history to it, but yet it still fits in perfectly with my Paris decor for this room. This is my little room. There we go.
Oh, that's right. So you've got quite a few
Project.
various different things. I think that was another one that you posted. So what else have you might not want to give us a tour right around your bedroom right now, but you've got quite a few cushions up there, and you have what's that on the wall?
Oh, I repurposed the metal art that you see right there. And I've added flowers around the edges. That was just a square.
Okay.
And I put some roses in the center and added around the side. Then we have some menus off to the side. I don't know if you could see those. Let me see if I can get that for you. Some menus that are on the wall in the frames back here from Paris.
So they've become. Is this from a trip to Paris, or you found them?
I actually found them, and so they've been framed. This is like a calligraphy set, and some fellow went to a show. I have to show my little mannequin too. My little girl.
Goodness, you have so many different things. The beauty. Do you ever so with it, is it well, it's clearly a passion of yours. So do you think about selling them, or is it at the moment, is it at the point where you're totally fine with just the making process? And
well, right now I'm trying to decorate 2 bedrooms, so it's I'm totally fine with keeping them right now. But I do have a piece of a crate from Paris. It was of wine, and they cut out a side for me, and that's up there as well with the grapes. I put some plastic, Michael's, or Joanne fabrics, something like that. Put that up there. Repurpose some old books, some books from French books, French grammar. I could use this myself to learn. And I have a gentleman that had gone to, it was artwork of artists that had done work in Paris, or that originated in Paris, from Paris. And he wanted to sell the book. It was a whole collection. Everyone had brought out their in the gallery. And it was a huge book. And I said, wow, that's perfect. So you get to see a sample of all the different types and all the variations, of artistry from Paris and all different time periods. It's fantastic.
Oh, from the book?
Yeah, so when I have a guest come, they can just leaf through that if they want to, if they're bored in the evening, which I hope they're not. But
Yeah. So you at the
um,
moment, as you said, you're decking out both of your like bedrooms. So it is quite a personal thing, but it does
yeah,
sound. I mean, they look, as you said, people would pay. Well, people do pay. People pay. Not that it's certainly not about the money, but it's really interesting when you see how something can be so transformed, and it is completely unique, and people do pay a lot of money for these, for various different things that have been repurposed. But I love the whole, the fact that you're so passionate about the repurposing. Is there something to do with, so is it, would you say it's mainly, is it the main passion comes from the fact that it is the history, or is there an element of the sustainability of reusing old things and making them new?
I think, and especially with furniture, this drives me crazy, that they don't make items the way they used to.
Oh,
Everything is now particle board. It's no longer hardwood with the dovetail, the accents, and the attention to detail. And it's no longer like cast iron. It's aluminum and just very fragile. So repurposing like garden benches that were from, that were going to be tossed away, and just all they had to be all they had to be done was maybe sand a little bit, put a little elbow grease in there and repaint it, and they're beautiful. If you can
they
find a
are.
set, you have a
Yeah.
whole conversation piece in the backyard, by a little, you create a little fire pit, and then you have outdoor entertainment as well. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, I can see that there's so much more depth when something's been made in such a bespoke fashion.
yeah,
And as you said, that all the stories about what it was before as well, and that becomes part of
yeah,
the whole creation. And that's very integral to the to the uniqueness of the piece, isn't it? When it's been, because it has had a past. And I love how you bring
yeah,
it into the present, and transform it, because it's not the same. Well, you said so. Well, repurposing is when you, yeah, as you well know, because it's what you're doing, is when you change the usage of something. But you're saying, but equally restoring is something that
restore it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
mean,
it's
even
both.
if the benches, if they're missing the slats of wood, cracked of wood, they're going to take it and just discard it. That's crazy. Just
Right.
get new wood, paint it, have them match. It blows my mind what people will throw in the trash. And it's not like I'm a garbage picker, but you see things that, I mean, one man's trash is another man's treasure, they say. So it's to me, I see the potential in things that other
Mm.
people might not.
Well,
And
that's why people. I mean, I will go to charity shops, and that's why when you go, it's something that, yeah, people
I
have
love
no
it.
longer. I'll take a lot of stuff to charity shops, and then when I'm in there, I'll
Yes,
see something that, oh,
yes,
that's lovely. It's interesting how quickly we can. I don't know if it's reflective of, yeah, where we're at these days, where things do just get thrown away
yes,
so quickly, and people don't spend the time to think, "Ooh, what could be done with this, and how could it be
yeah.
transformed?" But it is a talent. I mean, you do it so beautifully.
Oh,
I guess if I
thank
had a
you.
go at doing certain things, to have that creative mind as to what it could be, that's not something, that's not my talent. So it is a
Yeah.
talent, even though you say, yeah, well, you see that, and then what you do is you just do that, and you just do that. I think, well, yes, you just do that, you just do that.
I guess
But
it just
that's
comes
the creativity.
naturally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's the creativity in you that can see that. I enjoy doing that. Perhaps with songwriting, for me, it feels natural. Oh, I'll just reconfigure it like that, and I'll reconfigure it like
Yes.
that. But if you put those items that you have here, if you put them in front of me in their natural state, they would be staying, they wouldn't be transforming into this. It wouldn't, I'd just be like, well, they're nice, and maybe don't want to be wasteful and throw them away, but I certainly wouldn't know how to, it wouldn't be. So is this something that you've always done, Anita?
Yeah, actually, my father passed when I was a young child. I was maybe 2 weeks into my 9th year, and mom and I always had to make do. So we'd find creative ways to repurpose items, and it just became second nature. And then it was like a passion. It was just like a beautiful thing. It's kind of like a memory, it brings back a lot of memories with her. And we'd donate about 8 bags of clothing to a thrift shop, but then we'd come out with, a couple of pieces here and there that we're going to repurpose, that we're going to revive again. We're going to bring life to it again.
So what kinds
So
of things can you remember? Are there any, like, just in terms of like really fond memories, any particular things? Can you kind of remember, maybe you can't remember the first thing that you repurposed, but any particular fond memories of a couple of things that stick out with your mum that you
we had a
repurposed?
desk. It was a gorgeous desk, but it had a lot of water damage, and we had to sand the whole thing down, restain it, change the knobs, and it looked like a brand new, beautiful piece. But it was just so gorgeous. I can't explain, like, the smell of the wood and just like sanding down the wood and feeling like finally when you get to that smooth finish and you restain it, you repaint it, and just feeling proud that you have something so beautiful in your home again that was like so horrid when it was in the in the junk pile, I guess.
It's extremely satisfying to transform. I mean, I have decorated, this is not the same, but when you're kind of absorbed in the moment, there's something very satisfying about seeing that finished product when you've been with it from the start, and you take it from if it's something that's that's just whatever it was at the start, but you go through every single thing and you can get really lost in it, can't you? It's a very absorbing thing. So you've done a lot of things. So is this, as you said, you have these things in this room, and then you've got another room of things as well. But
Yes.
it sounds like it has a real kind of because it has such a history, because you did it with your mum from an early age. And where are you brought up? Were you living where you were brought up, Anita? Because I know you're 5
No,
hours
actually,
behind, and I was just checking on because obviously we did some vocal coaching as well, didn't we?
yeah.
Was it
When I was in New
again
York.
in the twilight zone? Yeah. um and so I saw EST, and I'm like, oh, I need to know where you're from before I start the interview. And I was like, every time I was checking, just said EST. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I never actually. So did you say when you were in New York, or are you not there now?
Yeah, I'm in North Carolina now, which is, let me tell you, it's like the Mecca. If you want to if you want to go thrifting, it's the gold mine, because there are military families here, a lot of military families, so they're transitioning, and it's just, they have fantastic, like, mind-blowing, not only military items, but just like furniture and anything you can imagine. They
So
have
where is it all? Do people still have those what do you call don't really do it in Britain
Bakelite.
so much? Huh?
Do you recall, like, the Bakelite telephones and the Bakelite radios that they used to have? Oh my gosh.
But where are they? Do people still have what is it called in the States? Does it still happen in the States where you have, like, is it garden sale? It's not called a garden sale. Is it a
A
yard
yard
sale?
sale.
Does
Yes, a
that still
yard sale.
happen?
Yeah.
Is that still quite a common thing? Because that wasn't really a
Yeah.
thing in Britain. We have car boot sales in Britain. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you have those as well. Do you have those?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay,
we do.
but yard sales wasn't such a common thing. It's just kind of started. You see it a little bit, but it's not the same. But it's been part of American culture for a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
fantastic. A woman that I work with, she happened to pick up a little a candy dish, and it said Paris on it. It had the Eiffel Tower, and it matched this room perfectly. And actually, I have it underneath the lamp over there. And she said, "Oh, Anita, I've been working here with her for 2 days." And she said, "Oh, I just saw this at a yard sale, and I thought I'd give it to you. I thought of you, and I saw it." And I said, "Oh, how lovely!" And it matched it perfectly. I said, things like that just touched my heart. It was just such a great feeling, and I was like, "Oh my goodness,"
I can really feel the level of connectivity. There's such you get that passion and connection to
Yeah.
the different things that you're making because of the history and because of that, in a way that with instant things, I suppose, unless you've had it in your home for a long time, you don't have the same. It becomes an attachment, but it is quite a.
Yes.
Is it kind of indicative of how easily we dispose? I guess we do dispose of things quite quick. Well, I'm
Well,
sure you don't. But do you think from, I don't know if it, again, and culturally in America, is it in so many places that we do get rid of items come and go quickly these days?
exactly. I think a
Mm.
lot of it is I mean I have dresses from Tadashi and all that. It doesn't mean a thing to me. I don't wear them. But then I have
Mm.
this like the cutest little dress that my sister-in-law got me, and I love it to death. So it means so much, A, that she gave it to me. She thought of me when she saw it. She could imagine me wearing it, and she took the time to send it from across the United States.
Oh.
So plus it's just so cute on. And so those things mean more to me than spending a lot of money on something just for what is it? What do they call that? You know, like to keep up with the Joneses kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I'd
That's,
rather have something that has a sentimental tie to it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that has that love that was given
Yeah,
with love. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember
like a purpose.
you sent me some masks that I have
Yeah.
that, didn't you, when we were doing just at the, I think it was at the beginning of COVID, wasn't it? You sent me
Yes.
some masks that you made. That's right. They're beautiful. I still got them. I still need them, of course, because we're still
Oh,
well, we're out of, yeah, obviously did you say you're actually out of lockdown then? Are you still?
we're not in lockdown, but it is recommended that we do. I mean, there's the debates going on at schools if they should wear masks, if the children should wear masks or not,
Mm,
because it is affecting the younger
mm.
children now.
So with the children
Uh,
that you kind of child mind, do you do crafts with anybody else? Or is it purely for yourself? Well, not for you because you've
oh no, I
parents.
try and get them involved as much as I can. I'm trying to get them to color. I'm trying just, just start them out slowly. And
Mm-hmm.
but they're getting there little by little.
Mm-hmm.
They're
And of
just
course,
3 and 5, so it's the young.
yeah.
Starting them young.
It's clearly, yeah, it's clearly huge. And what I'm loving, even though it doesn't strike me that you're not that you I'm really getting a feel for how much you love doing it, and I find it refreshing that you're saying, oh no, I don't know if I have any inclination to sell anything. It's not really the point. I can see why it's just really just not the point. It's so in a way, not that it matters if you do want it, there's no
Yeah.
judgment if people do want to sell. I mean, as with my music, I do want to promote it, and that's fine as well. So no judgment on that. But there's something really refreshing to hear that you're just really in the zone of enjoying making the crafts, and
Yeah, I
then,
don't know if I could sell it, because if it comes out fantastic, then A, I want it to look fantastic for the client, but B, I might want to keep it for myself because I'm just, like, oh wow, that came out great.
yeah,
I'll go
exactly.
somewhere.
And that can be
So
enough of itself. Or when I was first doing well, I mean, that's really, I suppose, how I felt about when I did my first album. It took me a little while to realize that, oh, what feels important is to just make it and enjoy it. And
and then
when I
share
actually
the
took
love.
that pressure off myself to think it's got to go, I've got to try and sell as many, when I just took all that away and just thought, you just really wanted to make it, enjoy it. And then yes, I have made some CDs. I'm not saying I wouldn't like to sell some, but it just,
But
when
you
you're
want to
really in
share
the,
the love though.
when you're in the creative zone, when you just enjoy it, that's just such a that's such a key part. It's
Yeah.
everything, really, isn't it? And you know when that's happening. Anyone that's doing anything creative, they know when that's really, it's that way round, isn't it? And you can tell when you don't strike me
Yes.
somewhere where it's ever really flipped into the other side, but because obviously I do make a living from doing something creative, you can tell when it's going into the kind of getting quite attached to the outcome, a bit too attached
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
outcome, and it detracts. I mean, we live in the real, so if you are doing something creative and that is your full-time job, then you do need to make money from it. So it can become an understandable attachment, but it's so refreshing to hear the essence of what it's about, which is the creative process, really, and enjoying that. And so did you kind of did you study history at all, Anita? The way you talk about history,
No.
was it more the stories?
It's more of the stories that I guess I heard from my parents. They were older when I was growing up. My mother was, oh, don't ever tell anyone my age, because she was older than the average mom that, had a child my age. And, the old school Brooklyn, you would hear, like the old values, the old, the way my mom grew up with just a radio. And then they went to television. She got her first TV. And I'm saying, wow, holy Moses, with like now with iPads and iPad Pro and all this. I mean, to see that evolution is just, I can't even fathom that. I just can't even fathom that. It's just so much.
In such a seemingly short space of time.
Yeah.
Technology is really just catapulted into the stratosphere. Of course, people that are younger and have grown up with it when it was just already here. How quickly we take these things for granted. When you're old enough to have seen the transformations, and it really is mind-boggling how fast technology is.
And to hear the story of when she had her first television and how they all gathered around, it was kids now read about that in maybe they read about that in history books, but to have someone actually explain the story of how it felt to have the TV wheeled in like this fat butt television opposed to the flat screens that we have today, it's like,
I know. There's it's
with the bunny
really...
ears, with little bunny ears on it.
Is that what the old ones had? Well, if you saw one, you'd probably, what would you repurpose that into? I'm sure you could probably think of something. I wouldn't be able to.
Probably a fish tank. That was the first thing that came to mind.
I knew you'd think of something. But I mean, I knew you'd think that I'd probably make a really, really good fish tank. So I'm gonna.
It would be super cool.
Yeah, it would be super cool. So, I want to see some. We'll see some more of your photographs probably because you posted quite a few up. I think you posted. What else did you? Did you knit something as well? Did you?
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, my aunt was she was the matriarch of the family, and she used to crochet and knit for all of us when we got married, when we had children, this and that. And unfortunately, she has dementia now. So I said, well, I'm carrying the torch. So, and I had no clue. So I got on YouTube and
you didn't know
decided I was going to teach myself how to crochet. And my cousin Chelsea is now on her second. So I said, okay, here we go. Baby girl, I'm going to get this down. And I've done for her sisters as well. But as I go, as the children come, I progress. So my skills progress, and this one came out pretty good.
It looks gorgeous. And of course, that's the thing, when you do have a passion for something, you do find out. I've done similar things when it's passion led. You don't even know your problem solving skills can just up the ass. If you don't feel, sometimes I guess some people can feel quite blocked if they don't know how to do something, but when there's passion behind it, it seems to just you just go into finding out
therapeutic
mode. You go into finding out mode. Exactly. I did that with
you zone out, and you it's so therapeutic. It's just like you get into what you're doing, and it's just totally therapeutic.
But I love that you actually didn't know and you Googled it, but because you love to repurpose and that you love to craft, it's that passion that was behind, the motivating behind finding out. And
my aunt, because I said, Auntie has made this ever since I was a child. She made my blanket for me, so I'm going to carry the torch. I'm going to do that, for the kids now that their grandma can't do that for their children. you know.
Yeah, again, so it's the history of the story and the connection and the family.
Exactly.
Well, I think you've just really, I think I'm gonna replay this for a good reminder in creative values when I'm going on the marketing rampage. I'm gonna put your video on, and it's gonna remind me of exactly staying grounded and what it is to love what you do. And I really appreciate having the video. I'm not going to do the interview for too long because I could just sit and chat for forever, but there was something around the uploading in the first one, so I want to keep it at a timing that I know will upload okay. But thank you so much, and it really is. Honestly, when I said that, it really is so refreshing and just so lovely to hear.
Thank you.
To hear that real essence of what it is, what it is to be creative and to enjoy the process of creating, and the story and the family and the connection and the love in all that. And those core values are everything. And I really appreciate you for well, obviously the actual pieces as well, but all that foundation is where it's at, isn't it? So it's
thank you.
cool. Yeah, and keep in touch. Let's
I know, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, let's do this
again. Come on.
We'll do this again. Maybe not as a Zoom recording, but we'll do it.
Yes.
But we'll have a
Zoom soon.
Oh, well, that would be great. Yeah.
Once I don't sound like a frog anymore.
Oh yeah, take good care. I hope that you sound okay. So I hope that stays where it is and then peters out. I was dealing with that last November actually, just to chill and get your immune system in order, and we'll just really prioritize that, and you know, all that. And take good care, and I'll see you soon. And I'm gonna move out of the way of this so people can see it. Here we go. All right.
Oh, thanks, Anna.
Yeah, laden with beautiful core values. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, love you.
Yeah, love you too.
I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.